Have the first down on a gain of 11. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You got three down. 41.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And some room to roam now. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, 62 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Out from the shadows of their goal line, here's 1st and 10 from the 11. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Nick Bosa in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
It's 2nd down.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Watson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
A gain of 9.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They're going for it. It's Watson. Escape. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Breaking the huddle, first and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position.
Here we go. I got you.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
The Texans take over first and 10. Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Back to throw, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deep forward. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Give me your hand. 80 weapon. 29 is the mic. Get the car. Get your swarm on. Watch safety creep. Safety's creeping.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. Finding fouls complete. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
On second and 11 now. Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line.
18 on the play. First down, Texans.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Watson with a give to Miller. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
First down, Houston.
Lamar Miller. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16.
And the Texans first down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Check 24.
A first down carry now for Miller. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A 3-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Hey, gun. 12, fellas, here we go. 41's the mic. I got you. Check 41. Come on, D. Hey, gun. It's our time.
Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Watson throwing quickly to Hopkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 6 yards away, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what they're...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to...
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown of the night. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breeden. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Well, they got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm going to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
Steps away to his left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
That's That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Breida. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Here we go.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They run again with Breida. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
That's going to be a long day. I got you. 20. I got you, boy. I got you.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Hey, alert! Hey, gun. 20. Hey, let's get this. There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this one is right down the middle. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Mike 29, Army. Max Fox. Mike 29. You. Alert. Mike 29. Alert. Extreme. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Kill. Watch out. Watch out.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 49-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
That's what I do.
To throw is Garoppolo. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
41's coming.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
41 Mike.
This is Breida. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida with his second touchdown of the night, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now it's Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans have burned the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Watson now to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They run with Breida. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They'll run it with Coleman. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now it's Breida. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Let's go, baby. Check 50. Check 50.
On the handoff, this is Breida. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Hey, gun.
They will run again with Coleman. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Watch the screen.
On third down, a run from Breida. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, gun. That's me. Mike 41. We got to wedge that, huh? Crunch time, defense. 21.
Right back to him on first down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Where the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Here we go. 180. Let's go, D. Hey, gun. It's going to be a long day. 41's the mic. 49.
On third down, Coleman. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try to run with Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. On the sneak is Garoppolo.